All right, the guy with the thumbs up there, his name is Andrew Murray, maybe the only NASCAR race driver who still needs a ride from his dad to the racetrack. We're going to say he's fast and furious. He's 15 years old, though, and he's about to become the youngest NASCAR competitor in history. Pretty impressive feat for a young man who isn't even old enough to have, I don't think he's old enough to have a driver's permit, let alone a license. Andrew has actually been behind the wheel since he was 5 and is now the driving force behind a national campaign to stop teen texting and driving. I'm going to tell you, Andrew's dad drove him all the way up here from his home in Temecula to talk about the experience in the driver's seat and why he feels it's important to work on teenagers about the dangers of texting and driving. First of all, as I mentioned, it's his birthday. He just turned 15.
Yep.
So you are 6 months away from getting a legal learner's permit, correct?
Yep, just the permit too, so.
You excited about that?
A little bit. I mean, I get to drive to school, but I still have to have like my mom on the passenger seat. But next year, then I can drive to school, and
okay,
that's pretty
so
much.
let's talk about the whole, we want to get to the texting thing in just a minute, but you're a NASCAR driver.
Yep, that's right.
How do you even get on the track if you don't have a driver's license?
Well, really, I mean, you have to have a really good history of racing, and you just have to know a lot of people. You have to be in the right place at the right time, and when all that stuff comes together perfectly, then that's how it happens.
But this is a big deal. You have a sponsor and everything. I'm looking at your shirt there. It says Mercury Insurance.
Yep. We just partnered up actually recently, and they are my main sponsor for the rest of this year, and next year they are going to be sponsoring me throughout the entire K&N Pro Series.
Do you have a race coming up?
Yeah, I do actually. On October 15th is actually the day I will become the youngest ever NASCAR K&N Pro West Series driver.
And
So
that race happens in California here, we might add,
Yep.
up in Roseville, which is near Sacramento, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what did the other drivers say when you walk in and they realize that, well, you were 14 and now you're just turned 15 and you're going to be competing against them? What do they say to you?
Really, they have a lot of respect for me actually, because I mean, I am so young and I am doing so good. And really, they'll come up to me, they'll shake my hand, they'll be all like, good luck, and then I'll say good luck back to them. Or if it's after the race, then they'll be all, good job, and then we'll just talk about how the car was and that stuff. You know, we'll just like talk like normal
Who taught you to
friends.
drive, mom or dad?
Well,
Remember, they're both watching.
They're both watching. Well, my dad's right back there, but I can say not really either of them. Like, I had a lot of driving coaches in the past.
So you actually go to a coach to learn how to drive?
Yeah, like when I was racing go-karts for 7 years, I had a lot of driving coaches in the past teaching me like preferred driving lines and all that stuff. And nowadays, it's just all about getting in the car, getting comfortable with the car, and learning your lines as you go.
You know, the kids at your school, you're a freshman in school in Temecula. The kids at your school have to think you're the coolest guy out there.
Some of them do. I mean, I really don't like to brag much about it. I mean, really.
But you're doing what every teenager wants to do.
Oh, yeah.
And you're doing it a lot sooner.
Yeah.
You know, before we run out of time, I want to talk about this texting and driving thing. Teenagers text and drive?
Well, they do. And actually, 86% of California teenagers alone admit that they text while drive. And
what do you want them to know?
what I really want them to know is texting while driving is very, very dangerous. I mean, it causes 23% more accidents annually than drinking while driving. And in fact, 350,000 teenagers this year alone will be treated in the hospital just for texting while driving.
And you brought something along with you. It's the pledge to make our roads safe.
Yes.
Don't text and drive. So who are you trying to get to sign it?
Well, actually, if you would be so kind as to sign it right now, and if all of you guys out there, if you guys want to help support me in my fight against texting while driving, you guys can go to mercuryinsurance.com and please make and sign that pledge. So
what do your friends
so
say
kind
when
to.
you walk in with this?
They say absolutely. Because I give them the stats, and I mean, when I talk to them about all the stats that texting while driving has on teenagers in this day and age, it's just
not to mention
impactful.
the fact you are in a high pressure situation when you're driving. You know all the distractions and what texting and driving could do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things of being a race car driver. I know just what little distraction that you can have on the racetrack and get in an accident just because of that. And texting while driving, that's a major distraction.
Andrew, you're a giant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. I need your autograph. I'll trade you.
All right.
Yours for my pledge not to
right.
text and drive.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for coming in.